constantly harassed and attacked by very courageous and skilled German U-boat captains. And the problem was you couldn't cover all the way across the Atlantic. Aircraft could operate one side of the Atlantic or the other, but there was a gap in the middle. Amongst others, this was one of those aircraft that filled that gap. Definitely had the advantage, and then along came the Catalina. As I say, running in from the left. Aircraft's outstanding agility demonstrated. As the square dance, the aircraft describing a square in the sky with a roll of each corner. Absolutely supreme aspects of all of the Armée de l'Air et de l'Espace Rafale displays over the years, the regular changes of pace during this sequence, this combination of aggression and grace. In towards us into a negative G outside turn, showing you the aircraft's upper surfaces. Showing you all the angles of this single. Putting the gear down there, but now cleaning the aircraft up. The Rafale really earned its spurs over Libya in 2011 during what the French knew as Opération Harmattan. They became the first coalition fighter aircraft to operate over the cities of Tripoli and Benghazi. Now, sorties by this aircraft, one of them the longest in French Air Force history, with 4 Rafales hitting 21 targets in a mission from their base at Saint-Dizier in France to N'Djamena in Chad that lasted 9 hours, 35 minutes. Now an inverted to inverted pass. Rafales have flown on operations in the Central African Republic and against the so-called Islamic State in Iraq as part of Operation Chamal alongside the Rafale M's of the French Naval Air Arm. And it is an incredibly versatile platform, performing close air support, air interdiction and ISR, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions in these theatres. The upgrade to Rafale F3 standard brought the nuclear strike capability into this aircraft's arsenal. Further new weaponry is being added in the latest set of upgrades to F3R standard, which became fully operational in March 2021. And next up is the F4 standard Rafale, which will bring about greater connectivity with other airborne platforms, the new Mika-NG air-to-air missile, the AASM Hammer precision-guided munition. Now a slow pass from left to right. In amongst his 3,400 total flying hours, he flew the Mirage F1 CR reconnaissance aircraft. He was an instructor on the Socata Epsilon primary trainer, during which time he was on the French Air Force Cartouche Dorée aerobatic team. Now a fast pass with a very good photo opportunity, showing you the top side. His current unit, the Escadron de Transformation Rafale 3-4, since last year. Competitions around the world. Still, as you can see, a very sprightly performer, especially in the right hands. And my word, Rich Goodwin, it's definitely the right hands. Ex-RAF fast jet pilot, flew the Tornado mainly, including missions in the Gulf War. Operation Desert Storm, 21 missions. Left the Air Force in 1993 and loves aerobatic flying. He does, and he has obviously put his pit special through his two pit special, because we've got his other one here in the static display, through a very extensive modification program. 8.5 litre Lycoming engine, 540 horsepower, and as you can see, he can hover like we used to say a Harrier, an F-35 we must say now, in a propeller aircraft. Absolutely amazing. Big cheer for the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Display for 2022. Here you can see the fighter pair. We have MK356 on there, and you can see her flying, and you can sit in the back of the cockpit and experience that for yourselves today. And then we see that perfectly. And this year we were exceptionally proud to participate in the flypast over Buckingham Palace to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, seen by millions across the world. 356, as we see Flight Attendant Andy Priest just departing the display line. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look to your right hand side, please give a big cheer for Squadron Leader Mark Lung. Different aircraft types and several different marks.
Changeover into Flight Lieutenant Andy Priest in P7350 for the start of his display. Now this display has been derived for this year for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and it's very unique, so we're working it around the crowd datum. So that means that Andy's going to try and keep as tight in for this display as he can, so he's going to spend as little time as he can on the left and the right hand side of the display line, and he's going to try and keep everything in the centre and down to 100 feet for yourselves today. First half of the manoeuvre complete, and he's now descending, looking for datum, as he will pull hard right and into the next wing over. And as we see Andy descending now, he's going to be pulling left into the next manoeuvre, which is going to be a 3/4 victory roll. This manoeuvre is used back in the war to try and trick the enemy into the direction of travel of the Spitfire. So as you can see there, he pulled up, jinked left, and then he pulls back through on himself to come back right. And as we're seeing descending now back down to the crowd line, he's going to go into the oblique 360. So from the crowd centre, it'll look like a horseshoe as it climbs up off crowd centre. You see Andy pulling up into the victory roll, and if you look to your right hand side now, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see Squadron Leader Markling in MK356 entering the display line. From Squadron Leader Mark Lung will be subtly different to what you've just seen from Flight Lieutenant Andy Priest. So he's doing a display derived from the Hurricane, which you'll have seen back in 2021. So as you can see, he's just gone through the oblique 360 and he's going to be pulling it back round into a 3/4 victory roll for the next manoeuvre. Now, whilst many of you know, the flight actually has 12 aircraft and 5 different types, but it only has 2 full-time pilots and over 40 engineers, as well as 4 civil servants. This small team of dedicated people ensures that the BBMF is seen throughout the country from May to September every year. In fact, this year the BBMF is scheduled to appear at around 100 displays and some 1,000 flypasts. In the summer for you all to enjoy today. And then we see that beautiful victory roll as Squadron Leader Mark Lung exits the display line. So please give a big... Now the flight has been based at RAF Coningsby since 1976, and Coningsby is home to the Typhoon. And get ready for a massive cheer as we welcome the Typhoon and the Spitfire display for Cosford 2022. they come towards the crown line now, they're going to be turning left. So you're going to get a perfect shot now of the elliptical wing of the Spitfire and that incredible Union Jack underneath the Typhoon. Display in front of yourselves with the Typhoon today. See us throughout the display season for 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Typhoon and Spitfire break. And please give a big cheer for the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain Memorial Flight for 2022.
Well, we've enjoyed 2 Spitfires, we've enjoyed Spitfire and Typhoon. Now get ready for solo Typhoon display.
Evaluation unit squadrons at Lossiemouth, numbers 1, 2, 6 and 9 squadrons.
Been in service for a good number of years, capabilities keep being added. This is going to be a frontline aircraft for decades.
Priorities, of course, was getting the Typhoon ready to fully replace the Tornado GR4 in the broad spectrum of air-to-ground role. When that type left service in 2019, and Project Centurion, developed by BAE Systems, was the answer to that.